What's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to be telling you how to get your next wholesale deal with just $250 or less, guys. If you're ready for this content, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And welcome to all my most recent subscribers. Also, I appreciate all the new support. So let's go ahead and let's dive into this content, guys.
I want it all, expensive trip, exotic cars when I took that loss.
So if you watched my last video on driving for dollars, you have seen my breakdown for driving for dollars and following up with potential sellers. Well, this strategy will expand upon that premise. So in the video, I broke down how you can go driving for dollars, skip trace, direct mail, and cold call your leads for only $110. So if you haven't watched that video already, go ahead, click this video right here, and then come back to this one. Okay, so let's expand upon the premise of already sourcing and contacting leads in two different ways for only $110 for every 100 leads. That leaves us with $140 or less for marketing. Here's what I would do next. First, I get some flyers printed for 10 cents a flyer or less. If you have a printer, that's even better. You'll want to print out 100 flyers you can post throughout the different areas your buyers are looking for properties in. Make them colorful and unique so they stand out amongst the crowd, though. And you'll want to put them in libraries, currency exchanges, schools, community centers, public works, and other government buildings. Basically anywhere that is actually legal. And those will cost you about $100. I mean, about $10 for 100 flyers. Okay, next, I walk the community. I bring some flyers with me, and I go door to door, door knocking. I let people know, people in the community know that I'm looking to rebuild the area and get rid of some of the vacant houses in the neighborhood. I tell them that if they're looking to sell or know anyone who's looking to sell a property, I'd be glad to come by and give them a fair cash offer, and that I also pay referral fees for anyone that they send that want to sell a property. So you want to just go through the communities and build trust throughout the communities and your buyers, so people can feel comfortable with you. Okay. And then I purposely ride past the properties I've mailed and called but haven't been able to get a hold of. So I bring a flyer with me and leave it at the property. I'll go ride past them on purpose. Then I knock on the neighbor's door to see if they can get me any contact information on that owner. And then if I still don't get any luck, then I place that lead onto a separate lead sheet for a secondary skip trace. Following that, I pay attention to when I'm running low on leads, like less than 40 leads. If you're starting off with just 100, and I prepare to get another list. So you've got two options. You can either go driving for dollars again, like we talked about in the first video, or you could just head over to motivatedsellerleads.org and you can get leads for as low as 12 cents a lead, I believe it is right now. Prices are subject to change, you never know. So, but these leads are really high quality though, and they're the same ones that I use to run my wholesaling business every day. You can also use sites like ListSource, REI Pro, and others to gather up a list. But I recommend Motivated Seller Leads just because you'll actually have real life real estate investors personally curating those lists for you, and you can get them skip traced right there. So that'll take some of the time out of the process. Okay. So once you have your new list, you can begin to skip trace them, direct mail, and cold call these. And I recommend starting off with between like 100 to 250 leads, which would be like 25 to $50. Okay, then I go out and I hire some house hunters from Craigslist. So make sure that you pay attention to how many leads you got left, and you don't necessarily have to go back out and drive for dollars yourself. You can grab your list, grab another list from motivatedsellerleads.org, 100 to 250 of them, so you can start getting on calls. And then you hire yourself a team of house hunters. So instead of it just being you, David, trying to make your phone calls, you can literally multiply yourself by 15 and have 15 Davids out there looking for vacant and distressed properties for you. Okay, so I will go over to Craigslist. Like I said, Craigslist to hire these people. You want to post this job in the labor gigs section. It's going to cost you $7, and I pay them on a commission basis, so you're not shelling out cash before you even get a deal done. And you want to hire around 10 or more house hunters, preferably spaced out in different areas throughout the city. From there, you can also hire yourself some cold callers using Indeed.com. So I highly recommend that. Get some people on the phone for you. But you also want to be making 50 to 200 calls per day yourself. Or fly through as many calls as you could possibly make per day. Try to call for at least 2 to 4 hours, so you could try to get as much productivity as possible out of yourself. But you can also hire on cold callers from Indeed if you just absolutely don't have the time to actually get these calls made, but they got to get made one way or another. So another thing that you will want to do after that is start going to REI meetings. Become a local face that these buyers and investors are used to seeing at these meetings. Shake hands, get to know people. Don't just sit there and net sit. It's networking. Okay, so make sure that you're up, active, talking to people, shaking hands, getting business cards. Bring some there with you if you have some already. If not, you can get some on Vistaprint.com for like $10. So definitely look into that. But start going out to REI meetings, shaking hands, and getting to know the power players in your market. From there, you definitely want to be like connecting with them, like I said, and see how you can become an asset to them. Start reaching out to other wholesalers who's getting deals. Start reaching out to the title agents and the realtors who getting wholesale deals. Like, reach out to your entire market and ask them, how can you be an asset for them? Approach them in those types of terms. You'll get the best results. And then lastly, I've got like a bonus tip for you all. This is tip number 10, and that's going to be getting PropStream. Okay, like if you get PropStream, you can get up and rolling right away. It's about $99 a month after the 7-day free trial. If you want to get the 7-day free trial, I actually have a link in the description of this video, so you could definitely get the 7-day free trial, and after that, it's $99 a month. But let me just tell you some of the things that you get when you actually get PropStream. So you'll be able to analyze properties right there. They've got very accurate comps. They've got rental estimates. It's got mortgage information, everything that you can get from the tax assessor and the recorder of deeds and the other government websites. You can find out how much they paid for it last, when was the first sale, the last sale, lien information, like pretty much everything that you can imagine about this property. They even have like a 10-page, really thorough analysis that you can print out for each property that your buyers are interested in. Or, if you want to print out information for your buyers to be like, hey, here's why it's a good deal. Let me get these numbers shot out to you. Then there you go. If you got a buyer that likes to see the numbers, there you go. Anyway, though, PropStream is awesome. I've got a link for it to where you can get a 7-day free trial if you want to try it out. But that's my bonus tip for you guys. That's the fastest way that I recommend for you to actually start getting up and running and start getting these deals done. So that is how you wholesale real estate and get your first deal, your first or your next deal, with $250 less in marketing. Okay, but it's going to require some footwork. It's going to require some effort. You're going to have to be out here grinding if you actually want to get these deals. It's not going to be easy, but if you're willing to put in the work, you have the steps necessary now to actually get rocking and rolling. If you haven't already checked out that first video, make sure that you check out the first video. I'm going to have it in the description. And there was a card earlier in this video that you can click on as well to go watch that first video Maybe rewatch this second video over again. Rewatch these videos over if you need to, but definitely make sure that you start taking action on all of this free game that I'm giving you all. I'm giving you all the whole game. It's no excuse. It's no reason why you're not knocking it out. And if you need next level tips and strategies, I've got a course on my website that you could check out. You can go to www.edwardhayes.org. I've got a ton of free resources. Like, I'm talking about so much stuff. I've got my free ebook there, my virtual wholesale guide. Like, I've got everything that you need to get started right away. If you need leads, head over to motivatedsellerleads.org. If you need the course, you can check out my Freedom GPS course. Like I said, I got y'all. So have yourself by starting to take some action. Take action right now. I'm looking forward to seeing you all in the next video. If you're new to the channel, make sure that you subscribe. And until next time, guys, I am out.
Oh, yeah. You know I'ma get it till I'm in the grave. These niggas, they doubted me, counting me out, but I beat a little nigga that left in their face. Throwing up money and making a shake. Ain't worried about none of these pussy.